This is the Booginator by Booginator, a key Terminator build. This build was made as a collaborative effort between JT Boogie and myself, and as such the name Booginator came to existence. In this build we're gonna be using the two weapons in the game that deal extra damage against zero key enemy, which you can get from Namahage, or the smithing text of these weapons you can get from Namahage. Of course, you can call it the Namahaginator if you want, but I went with Booginator instead. Alright, so Odachi and Dual swords, you can make this build. You can make this build work because the Odachi does scale with strength and heart, and the Dual sword scale with strength and heart as well. And since our stamina is high, our Odachi is gonna hit very hard, since it's almost at maximum damage. Only 13 points removed from maximum Odachi damage. We're using 6-piece bins as always. I'm gonna explain a little bit about the armors used, or the pieces equipped. One thing worth mentioning about bins is that versatility is not 60% as is commonly known, but 36% when I tested. So that means that you might want to go for Inari instead. However, bear in mind that this versatility is 6-piece while Inari is 7-piece, and there aren't many 4-piece bonuses out there that can benefit, or that can give you great benefit in order to use with Inari. Alright. Another thing to take into consideration, that by using bends you can switch between your weapons, so double the fun, I guess. I mean, once you get used to switching weapons while playing, it becomes harder, or becomes less fun to go and play with one weapon only. So that's just my opinion. So just bear in mind, this is an information for you to take into consideration while deciding whether you want to go for bends or Inari in your next build. Okay. Alright, so Moon Prayer. Of course, the snake helmet for the melee damage versus poisoned enemy, 16.5. As I said, we were trying to maximize damage with this build. That's why we went with the snake helmet. Moon Prayer. Moon Prayer defensively is much better than Kingo. The other option in the mid stance, of course, we wanted a medium armor. Key damage is what made the medium armor best suited for the Way of the Demon, and out of all medium armor that you can wear, Warrior of the West, Moon Prayer, and Kingu are the obvious options. And with the amount of slots that we have, it was between 7 Misfortune and 8 Hardships, and it was between the Crossed Sickle, I think that's the name of the Kingu. So Kingu, you'll get backstab damage. Moon Prayer, you'll get damage taken while ailing. I went with the Moon Prayer because the Odachi is more of trading hits, so you want the extra damage reduction from Moon Prayer while playing. Our Moon Prayer pieces has active skill and active skill key damage on them. The gloves has starred attack as well, and in order to see the same results that you've been seeing in the video in terms of damage, you have to have at least active skill damage star on all of your pieces. That's not very difficult to forge. However, if you wanna forge a double stars on all of your pieces, that's still possible. Talking about forging, of course, since bazaar trading now is dead, we can no longer trade pieces with one another, and that's why you're gonna have to forge it yourself. I went, of course, with the Wise General Pillbox. You want, of course, defense bonus magic and meter absorption, damage versus poisoned or saturated, and melee damage versus zero key in both of your accessories. Same setup in both as well, but I went with the Wise General Pillbox instead of the green Magatama over here. They both are good choices, and they are both will let you, or will allow you to put the life recovery and meter absorption. However, the Wise General Pillbox I felt was better for this build since my courage isn't that high, and that's why the Wise General Pillbox. I don't have another mean to recover my key aside from Barrier Talisman, and Barrier Talisman doesn't last that long, so you're gonna be using it for Dark Realm or for instances where you know that you're gonna be facing a strong enemy or a group of enemies or something like that. However, during normal gameplay, I felt like the Wise General Pillbox was better than the green Magatama. On your scroll, you want active skill, anima charge, and some sort of key damage. If Jitsu is important. You can go for water feathers, 2 electrical, or 4 and 4 and ditch 1 quick change, or put like 3 quick change, and 2 and 2. It's up to you. Guardian Spirit Talisman 3 is the key behind this build. We'll get into the combo in a minute. Sloth, Purification, Shuriken Poison, Weakness. Weakness is important. Not that important, but it's good. It will allow you to reach maximum damage. Of course, one of the debuffs that you want to put on the enemy. Red Spider Lily, Extraction, Barrier, Soul Purge 1, Carnage 2, since you will benefit from that ailing once you put Carnage on yourself. Also, you'll benefit from that ailing when you're poisoned, when you're fighting the Oni-bees, when you're fighting the rat, when you're in the Dark Realm. There are a lot of instances where you're gonna get benefit from using that 18% damage taken when ailing from Moon Prayer. Okay, Lantern Fruit, Quick Change, and I think I have Red Spider Lily somewhere over here. Yeah, okay, and Gallant Broth. Gallant Broth, if you're not willing to switch between weapons, that's why to put it on the dual Bloodstained Cleavers in certain situations, it will help greatly. So you'll have at low stance in Double-Headed Slice, you'll have water, Arcane of Water, and then you use Gallant Broth to imbue your poison, or you can use the Poison Shuriken. It's up to you. Alright, you can change Poison Shuriken to the powder also, that's okay. Okay, Guardian Spirit, Izanagami. So Izanagami is a great Guardian Spirit. We've chosen it because of the melee damage versus saturated. Again, we wanted to get the maximum damage possible in the game. This is a very nice bonus of 20% extra damage when you take medicine. So what is gonna happen now when you take medicine, you're gonna gain an extra damage buff from here and an extra key recovery from here. Gayuki for the melee damage versus saturated. Yatsunokami for the melee damage versus poisoned. Of course, these two are white because they were kinda perfect with Anima and Atonement Cost. You need 2 Atonement Cost to fit these 3 in here. Now, if you wanna fit Namahage instead of Empeppo to go really maximum damage and to stay true to the build, since we're using all Namahage pieces in the build, so it doesn't make sense not to use Namahage as a soul core. However, using this requires more skill, and when testing, I felt like the Empeppo on the whale method was more consistent. Now, if you want to use Namahage, you're going to have Empeppo on your secondary Guardian Spirit, which will force you into switching Guardian Spirits while going for your combo. I'll explain the combo later on, and I'll show you what to do when you want to use Namahage, and I'll show you what to do when you want to use Empeppo. It's up to you. If you feel like you want to maximize damage, go with Namahage, and with practice you're gonna master the combo anyway. Secondary Guardian Spirit, we're using Inusasau. So we're using Inusasau for the damage taken mid attack is 7.5. However, against enemies that are resistant to water, you want to change to Inusasau since it's a fire based Guardian Spirit, and since it's gonna be able to put the fire element on the enemies very easily. Okay, in Onasasao himself we're using, of course, Onryuki. Can I go down to Onryuki? Nope, I cannot. I have to go into the shrine in order to show you what I have on Inusasao. Inusasao, damage taken mid attack as a secondary Guardian Spirit, and 15% damage taken mid attack, and anima bonus damage taken when you're using it as your main Guardian Spirit. I would advise you to have anima on all of your soul cores. I haven't done that yet. Also, you need to fit all of these 3 into Inusasao. You need Atonement Cost in all of these 3. I hoped I could fit Yatsunokami in here, but I couldn't. It was either Empeppo or Yatsunokami. So the thing is, if you're going with Inusasao and you're not going with the whale, since the whale can't proc or cannot apply saturation, you're gonna need Empeppo over here instead of switching to the whale and then going back to Inusasao again. Alright, so we have Gazuki with anima bonus against saturated enemy, and on Ryuki, of course, 16% less damage taken at level 20, along with the 15% from Inusasao. That's 31% less damage when we are attacking, and with this anima bonus damage taken is also nice. So we have anima bonus damage taken A from Onryuki and A from Inusasao. That's just too good. Alright, so we also have Empeppo. You need Atonement Cost in all 3. Of course, my Empeppo on Izanagami has anima bonus. Since Isanagami is my main guardian spirit, has anima bonus Amrita absorption, since I'm gonna be using the dual swords a lot in my gameplay. If you're gonna use the Odachi a lot, you might want to put over here an Impeppo with anima charge damage taken, or of course the best anima charge that you can put is the anima charge bonus Amrita gauge, but I did not get that as an inheritable, and Impeppo is the only one that you can put anima charge on, since these two already have their animas. Anima bonus poisoned enemy, anima bonus anima charge over here, and anima bonus poisoned enemy from here. Okay. Alright, so this part is optional. Before I go and start explaining the combo used in this build, I'm gonna show you how to get to stack 9 as fast as you possibly can using the dual swords and the Odachi. First, the dual swords. I like to start from lower I like to start from low stance and go into, I think, mortal flow, this one is called, and then to double headed slice to put poison, go into dual dragon in order to get behind the enemy, and then fully charge. Okay, that was fully charged sign of the cross, and then of course non fully charged Raijin, demon thrust in, and then god of wind. He's gone already. Alright, anyway, then god of wind, back away, heavy stance into cherry blossom, into windstorm, and we're at 9 already. Alright, now you can switch to the Odachi to break key faster and to do more damage with Mollet Snow. With the Odachi, let me just save very fast. What I like to do with the Odachi is the following. You're gonna do crashing wave in low stance into swallowing. You're gonna get away. He got me this time. You're gonna get away now into devastating rush key plus into imperative strike, all not fully charged. And here is where you wanna use your quick ground. No, I pushed square instead of triangle. Quick ground into, once you break key, you wanna use this move in order to put him down. Moonlit Snow, and you're at 8 already. Okay, of course you have two moves in Odachi in mid stance that you can get into 8 and 9, because I got into 8 because I used the counter just now. Okay, and once you go to the grapple, that's another move that you can get. Of course we haven't used Swirling Snow in high stance yet, so keep that in mind. So that just was the optional part. Alright, we'll move to the combo now. I'll explain the theory of the combo now, and then I'll show you in practice. The theory of the combo is simple. You want to release and then animation cancel with Gayuki, and then you want to go feathers and animation cancel with Impeppo, and he's down already. His key is gone, and you can go for Moonlit Snow to finish him off. Alright, so that's what you want to do. Of course, no stacks, just 2 stacks over here. Okay, so by doing that, what happens here is when you release the whale, you hit, if the whale hits 3 times, that's maximum key damage against the boss. And then while releasing the whale, at the same time, the whale will put saturation, and Gazuki will put poison, and will do a lot of key damage. Before that, you're gonna put purification on the enemy. So against actual bosses, this is what I'm gonna do. Purify, go to the whale, animation cancel Gayuki, electrify, animation cancel Impeppo, in order to get more from confusion and go for the killing blow. Now I'll show you in practice. Alright guys, in order to demonstrate the combo in real time, I'm gonna use this Gozuki Mizuki scroll that I have over here. So I already filled up my anima. So what you wanna do is, you wanna get to you wanna put your buff on, of course. I'm gonna use the Odachi. I'm not gonna use the Switchblade. So I'm gonna put purity first in order to deal confusion, to deal high damage, key damage by Gayuki once he's confused. You see, you need to step, by the way, you need to take a step back before using the whale, because you want the whale to hit 3 times. Come on, man, don't do that. Okay, that was a very bad. Now, from here into Gayuki. Okay, now electricity into Impeppo. Switch to high stance and go. Nice. Just let me give that. Thank you. So now I'm gonna go same thing against this guy. Sloth. I'll reapply Carnage in order to get maximum damage again. And Purity. Okay, man, don't do that. Why are you doing that? Okay, into Whale. And then wait, electricity into Impeppo. And he's down again. It works with everybody. Okay, so that's the combo. What we did here is we applied Purity to prevent him first from regaining his key, and then to prevent him also or to apply confusion with the whale, so Gayuki can do more key damage. Almost he broke the purple key bar. After that, you use the electricity feather along and cancel animation with Impeppo to get extended confusion time for extra damage, and to get the buff on yourself from Impeppo. You can do if you want Namahage in the build. As you can see, we have Namahage over here. So we're gonna see how to benefit from Namahage. Impeppo is gonna be on our secondary guardian spirit. So what we're gonna do is use the steps but in reverse, starting with Purity and then reverse what we did before. Okay, I forgot weakness. We need weakness as well. Alright. So electricity into Impeppo. Switch guardian spirit while you're doing Impeppo. This is the problem. This is the only problem, that sometimes you cannot release Impeppo whale fast enough in order to get confusion. I got confusion this time. However, that's the main reason why I did not go with setup as my primary setup in this build, because sometimes you will lose confusion. However, it works. It's possibly doable. I'm gonna reapply my Carnage. Get this guy slot confusion. Go back to Enosasao. Don't forget Purity. Electricity into Impeppo. Switch guardian spirit. Midway. It's okay. And he's down. So of course he's not dead because I'm not using Soul Purge, while in the earlier images almost always I was using Soul Purge. So that's how you want to do it. I think this works. The only problem with this setup is that, first of all, it's not necessarily. If you're using Soul Purge, and even without using Soul Purge, he's gonna be dead anyway. Okay, so what's the disadvantage of using this thing? Aside from it being unnecessary, you need to distance the time after you putting confusion with the electricity feather is very tight in order for you to distance yourself, release the whale into Gayuki and go for the kill, whether from front or behind. The problem is not going for the kill. The problem is extending that to confusion time, is to put saturation on the enemy while he's still confused. So enemies that are somewhat resistant to saturation, like Mizuki, whale needs to hit 3 times with its head, with its house, and with its tail in order to proc saturation. So that's the only problem that you might face, but it's completely doable. And if you're even don't worry about getting the 15% from the whale, because by the time you release the whale and go into Gayuki, you will get your whale back anyway. So that's it for the combo. I hope you enjoyed it. And now we're gonna see this combo. By the way, works with every other weapon in the game. However, I've chosen these two weapons especially to get the benefit from the melee damage versus zero key enemy. Alright? Okay. So now we're gonna see how can we distribute our points and skill customization. Alright, point distribution and skill customization. Point distribution, we went with 99 heart and 99 strength, since these are the two stats that our weapons scale with. And of course magic 99 for the extended durations and for the extra defense. 79 stamina to be at agility B. Also 79 stamina will benefit the Odachi. I mean, like, we're only, I think, 13 points removed from maximum Odachi damage or maximum Odachi points. Alright, courage at 15 for some extra key recovery. This is the second soft cap. And constitution at 14 because this is what the armor requires. Okay. Alright, if you want to go axe, for example, with this build instead of Odachi, you'll just switch the heart. You'll be at around 70 heart and 99 stamina instead. Okay. Okay, so now what else? Yeah, skill customization. For skill customization for the dual swords, of course, the important thing that I want to mention over here is your 20% extra key damage on God of Wind and Poison, Arcane of Serpent, or Arcane of Water, depending on how you want to use your dual swords in low stance. So double-headed slice is the best move to apply anything on the enemy. That's why I'm using Poison over here, since I like to switch between weapons. If you want to use the Gallant Broth with the dual swords, you can just use water over here and use your weapon itself to put poison on the enemy. Alright, Odachi is where the fun really lies. Okay, for the Odachi. So attack bonus according to magic on Twin Moon. Over here is attack bonus according to heart. On high stance I have all attack bonus according to. Of course, crashing waves is increased maximum amount of ki that can be increased when you use crashing waves. And over here is swirling snow anima. This is important. Swirling snow is the best Odachi move to extract anima. Of course, with the dual swords, the best move is double-headed slice, and I use that for putting the confusion on the enemy or the poison on the enemy. Alright? Okay. In low stance, we have for ground quake, we have masterful slice for extra key damage. Ground quake is one of the best Odachi moves to put key damage on. If you want to put arcane of something on any moves, Tiger's Blade is the move that you want, but it's horrible. I mean, like, unless you use it very strategically, once you break the key of the enemy, since they cannot interrupt you if they have low key or zero purple key, let's call it their purple key at 0, and they only have the red key remaining, you can use Tiger Blade safely then. But aside from that, I usually get more damage than ideal when I use Tiger's Blade. So you can just put Arcane of Power, for example, or just put any other thing that you feel like you want to put over here. Maybe Arcane of Serpent, right? Of course, if you're using the Odachi more than the dual swords, you want to use the Gallant Broth. You want to use the Gallant Broth a lot with the Odachi, so you might want to play a little bit with your ninjutsu in order to get more Gallant Broth than one, because I only have one for certain situations where the enemy is tough and I need to use both things. Alright? Okay, so I have over here Arcane of the Dead. I have over here the Arcane of Power. I have over here Nimble Slice, reduce damage dealt, certain active skill. They will consume less ki. Since I'm not really doing it for damage, I'm doing it for the combo to get the stacks higher. And over here, Devastating Rush, we have the increased damage dealt by certain active skills 10%. Reckless Slice. Okay. Clan used is Hachisuka. A good another option for clan used is Takinaka and Honda. This is Takinaka. Active skill key damage 10% and melee damage against ailing enemy 8%. And of course we have Honda with active skill damage 7% and damage taken halved unscathed 80%. Alright? Okay, this is the clan that I'm using, Hachisuka. 9% active anima charge active skill and 8% yokai ability damage. Yokai ability key damage. Okay, so that's it, I guess, for the build. The genius behind this build is in the combo. I think it was a nice combo. It's an awesome combo. I had much fun making the build and applying the build and mastering the build. Once you realize or once you master when you should release your whale or release your Onasasao, that's when you're gonna be able to really enjoy the genius behind this build. 3 points I want to mention before ending this video. One, regarding co-op, this build works as good in co-op as it does in single player. All you have to do is memorize the steps and do it with your co-op partner. Increasing your guardian spirit to 4 instead of 3 will help in case one of you mess one of the guardian spirits up, especially if it was a dual boss scroll. I got it to work. I mean, like you've seen the Gozuki Mizuki in the beginning of the video, we managed to get them both down and we managed to destroy them, or to destroy their key more than once. Alright, so that's one thing worth mentioning regarding co-op. Regarding normal or solo play, you still can finish the boss without going for a backstab damage, or without using soul purge, or even without going for soul purge and backstab damage, since you if you're fast enough, you can use 4 hits of Moonlit Snow and still get the grapple. If you're using soul purge, there's no need for you to go from the back, as the frontal assault is still gonna reduce the enemy's health to 0. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. If you did, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you didn't still subscribe, we'll do something in the future that you like. And I've been Booginator. You've been watching Booginator Gaming. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and see you next time.